Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last portion of day 2. This is the Rectus femoris, which is the middle portion of the quad. This muscle alone is single-handedly probably the most the tightest portion of the entire body. I'd say the femurs in general is the tightest portion of the entire body, but it's kind of hard to say because the pelvis alone is super tight, the rib cage gets super locked up. This is definitely top 3, I'll say. The pelvis, the rib cage, definitely the femur. So spend a lot of time on the femur. I recommend hitting the femur at least every day. I know we have specific trigger points every day, but even maybe add the rectus femoris alone in every day, and you will see your life change. Honestly, your walking will be better. You'll be a lot less stressed. It's a huge band that can cause a lot of anterior pelvic tilting. It can even cause a lot of anterior pelvic shifting. It turns the glute off. You get a lot of hip tightness, you get a lot of knee pain, etc., even ankle distortions, issues like that. So you can utilize hitting this with a softball, a lacrosse ball on a book or an elevated surface. But I'm going to say right away, invest into a barbell, a 45-pound rated barbell. You don't need any special barbell, but preferably maybe even one with a little thinner handle would be best. Make sure it's 45 pounds though. But even if you want to, you can just get on a chair, I'm going to show you later, and use the barbell like this, and preferably like a little bit higher, like a bench press chair, and allow that leg to be more 90 degrees, and just sit that barbell into that with weight, like 45-pound weight, and just let that sink in here. Because this rectus femoris, it may be one of the tightest portions on the human body, it's one of the hardest to access because it's many deep layers of scar tissue fibrosis, especially calcification, which we're going to be hitting. So we're going to start with the softball because you can take this anywhere. Like I said, you can use a lacrosse ball on an elevated surface preferably, because once again, it's very fleshy. It's going to be hard to access those deep layers. Simply just go down. Remember, right at that ASIS joint, that's where it is, right in the middle, all the way down the knee. You're going to start here, and we're just going to work slowly all the way down alongside, or along 3 to 10 minutes, I would say, the whole thing. If you need to spend more time, more than 10 minutes, you could just stop the video. But I'd say maybe like 2 minutes here, 2 minutes here. While we're doing this though, it's not always directly in the middle. Sometimes it's like an inch over to the side, maybe a little bit over here. So I'd say this gap, like that, if that makes sense. Put that right at the hip pocket, right where that ASIS joint was. Get into a plank, make sure that you're not tensing up your shoulders, make sure your lower back's not sagging like this, tuck your butt instead. I like to push through my toe a little bit, get a little bit of a stretch going in that hip flexor, pack the neck back, chest up nice and tall. All right, and push all your weight into that ball. Now the thing is, the softball is great, you can use the foam roller, that's okay. Like I said, the barbell, I just switched that entirely. Like I said, recommend the barbell 100% over anything because you can just sit down, I'm gonna show you that, and just rest that barbell, and it's way better because you don't even have to support yourself up like this. And anyone who is maybe weaker or more in pain, restricted more, you're gonna maybe suffer while you're doing this, and that's not good. So this is great if you're in a pinch or you're traveling. Obviously I have to show you this anyways, how to do this. You wanna just put all your body weight into that. You can bend the knee a little bit if you want. I recommend not doing that because it can tense up the muscle too much. We're trying to go deep, guys. You don't wanna tense the muscle up when you're going that deep. Go a little bit to the side if you want. I found one that radiates all the way down my knee. Keep that neck back. I know I'm doing this, shouldn't be doing that. Suck the tummy in, go slowly down. Like I said, 2 minutes on one spot. Once you find that gnarly spot, you don't have to do the whole leg. More importantly, just scan the entire rectus femoris all the way from top to bottom, but try to find what's most tender, like right there. It was way more tender than the top portion. So I found a super tender spot. I'm gonna spend at least 3 minutes on that one probably. And just sink into it. Relax that leg, sink in, sink in, sink in. That's all I'm trying to do, guys. Relax, relax. Breathe slow, 2 to 6 breaths per minute. It works with the softball. It works very well. And I can feel this going down all the way down my leg, my ankle actually. I'm actually kind of pushing into the ground, meaning I'm kind of, while I'm in that position, I'm kind of pushing in and jamming my leg into that ball. So that's one way to do it. You get the idea, you can go all the way down to the knee. This, especially here, gets super tight, but this is a really hard layer to access. So I'm gonna show you with the barbell how to get that even better. Take your barbell, You can find some barbells for 20 bucks on Letgo or 30 bucks. I see them as cheap as, rather than spending like 200 bucks. And have the barbell already laid down. I don't want you guys injuring yourself. Have it to your side like this. Get supported up onto a chair or something like that. Chest up nice and tall. Make sure your lower back's nice and flat against the wall or a chair. Make sure you're not rounding forward because you're gonna take away from the stretch. That's not good. So have it over here and maybe have the leverage point like this. And you can just kind of shimmy it over. Put the middle of the barbell here, have it somewhat angled. You can balance it on there if you want. Once again, it doesn't have to be directly in the middle. You can go a little bit to the side. If you go a little bit more to the side, you can go and open that leg up and have this end touch like this. But this is where the party starts because we hit it with that and it works. Like I said, it's great for traveling, but you're not able to get those deep layers. And while you're doing it too, you kind of stress yourself out a little bit more and that's not good. So instead, use this barbell, jam it in. Oh man, it's gnarly. It numbs my entire leg actually, it's so bad. But it feels good, like a really good pain. Should be dull, should be achy, tender. This upper deep part of the rectus femoris is very hard to access. This is the only way to get that part. And that top part specifically, like I said, push in very hard. But once you go down, that's where most of your tenderness will start, is a couple inches down from that top pocket, that hip pocket right there, that crease I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go more towards the middle. There we go, baby. That's a good one. Woo! Try to relax, pack the neck back, chest up nice and tall, suck the tummy in, all that good stuff. Oh man, rolling down a little bit. Oh, and you can see, you'll find like this ball. I'm kind of balancing on it now. I didn't know that was a knot, but you'll find it simply by, if you roll a little bit more, you'll kind of feel it just kind of escape you, or it'll move out of the way per se, like a ball. That's a knot. That's what you're looking for, those adhesions. Press into that one. Maybe move around it, maybe explore different angles, whatever works for you, but make sure it's tender, guys. It's a very stressful spot. It causes a lot of stress on the body. You wouldn't believe just releasing the rectus femoris, and we'll be hitting the quad 45, which is the outer portion, a little bit later in the week. Just these portions alone can affect the entire body. It's incredible. But for the video's sake, I'm gonna show you guys, you're gonna work down a little bit lower. Whew. And the ball works a little bit better on the lower portion, but the barbell is still keen because it works good for both sides. So I just recommend getting a barbell, not wasting your time. But like I said, you can't always travel with a barbell, obviously. Ooh, that middle portion is terrible. I'm putting my weight into it. Like I said, you can sit up on a bench and put 45-pound weights, maybe 25-pound weights on each side, and let that sink in and do the work. That's gnarly, really bad. Try to relax that leg as much as you can. I can internally rotate that hip if I want to. Pull that toe up. Oh man. And we're just gonna work all the way down. Once again, 3 to 10 minutes total. I recommend spending more time going even slower than I am. Holy moly, another big knot. So take note of those big adhesions. I just rolled over 2 huge adhesions. I don't even know how big they are. It's like a flippin' cruise ship or something in there just swimming around. It's insane. You'll find them. Take note, mark them and remind yourself of them, because that's going to speed up the process, and that's when you want to spend at least 3 minutes on that spot alone. 3 minutes here, and you're probably going to find another huge knot way down by the knee. Now the patellar tendon is way down here. You obviously don't want to be on the kneecap when we go down here, and I'll show you. Oh man, but in the meantime, this is horrible. Guys, oh, now it's getting really bad down the knee. I'm telling you guys, use the barbell. Don't even waste your time with the softball. Just invest in this. It's super cheap. Wow, my whole body just like
I don't know how to explain it, just shocked itself or something. It's crazy. I clearly need to hit my quads. I'll admit, I've been wussing out on the quads a little bit, but this is the most important portion of the body that I should be hitting. The entire frontal line needs to be hit hard. The abs, the rectus femoris, the pecs, the neck flexors even right here. Oh, they get super restricted. Oh my goodness. Holy moly. It's so hard not to swear, guys. Tell you what, not sinning, it's hard, but swearing alone, that just slips out of my mouth, and try to keep this G-rated or PG for everybody. Wow. Right in the middle. I'm telling you guys, use that barbell. You will feel so much release when you're done. You gotta at least do 10 minutes on each leg. I'm sweating bullets here. And you're gonna go all the way down that patellar tendon. Oh man. But go a little bit slower than I am once again. Oh, there's another big knot down there. All right, I'm gonna just be spending another 20 minutes probably on this alone today. I'm embarrassed that I have to show you guys how painful, but I want this to be the real deal. I'm doing this. Oh, okay, I'm taking a break. I want this to be the real deal for you guys. So you can see how much suffering I'm going through. I've been doing this for a while, but clearly, I'll admit, I haven't done the rectus femoris alone with the barbell in a couple weeks, maybe months. I've been really bad. I've been hitting my glutes, I've been hitting my my scapula, my abs every now and then, but you're just wasting your time. This is the way to go. This is the number one to hit. All right, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that video. That was the rectus femoris from here. Be on the lookout for the quad 45. That's going to be another really gnarly one way in the future. But the barbell is keen for this. Definitely invest in that. I'll see you soon on day 3. We'll be hitting the traps, obliques, and hamstrings. See you soon, guys.